Man, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. Obviously, not Shop Talk, not Sunday, but we have the privilege this weekend of being live at the racetrack at Laguna Seca with the King of the Baggers event festivities that are going on there. And we have an embedded reporter, Mr. Rob Buydos, in the house. And he's going to bring us all the information. Boots on the ground. What's going on, Rob?
Hey, man, what's going on here? Day 2, King of the Baggers drag specialty style. They've been on the track one time already today. 8 o'clock in the morning, the track went hot. We had a number of the bikes make it out on the track. We had a couple of guys that had to thrash, get their bikes ready. But they made it. They will be out in session 2. But early on, both the Indians, the Harley Davidsons, all surprising everybody that was here. I know the folks thought, they're going to run pretty quick. Maybe they'll be around 2 minutes. 1:39, and that was just the first session. Trap speeds 125, 126 miles an hour. So the bikes are impressive. Everybody in the Moto America pit, I think, was standing in the pit lane, watching these things come down. Ben Bostrom went out, showed everybody that he's Ben Bostrom, just kind of cruising around, came across the line in the P5 spot, said, I don't ever get serious even until the third qualifying session. I want to get the track a little more dialed in, but he was talking about being here 8 years ago and what it was like driving in, but it was amazing. But throughout the last couple of days, we were able to talk to some of the people that are competing and building the bikes, and I got some of those we didn't get. I'm going to flip it around here. See here. Boom. If I'm getting this. There we are. Folks, if you're not familiar with this next gentleman I'm about to say hello to, you've obviously been living under a rock. He's one of the most prominent exhaust pipe builders. Started way back in the 70s, came all the way up through, and now is a leader of the pack. This is Daryl Bassani. Next to him, Lance Bryce in Moto America, second-generation legend in the motorcycle promoting racing community. His father set the tone. Lance has been carrying the torch. And another second-generation, Logan Lackey, Unknown Industries, the Wheelie Pig.
Right on.
Riding for Arlen Ness Enterprises this weekend as Arlen Ness celebrates 50 years in the game. They said, Logan's our guy. We're taking him out. There we go. Let's zoom in. Boom. All right, let's get back over here with Daryl. Daryl, you guys got here late. You guys obviously are known for making horsepower. Tell us a bit about what we're going to have out on the track.
Well, we got an M8 Harley 2020. It's got a Chris Rivas built engine, our exhaust, obviously, and a lot of work by suspension guys from Big Bear. The tech's working on it. Thing's got Olin suspension. It's a pretty neat bike. Dino Tomasi's been nice enough to hook us up. It's got carbon fiber side panels, fenders, fairing. It's an awfully light Harley Davidson, what used to be bagger. Thing started life at 850 pounds. Now it's less than 550.
Damn.
And it's got somewhere around 180 horsepower at the rear wheel, thanks to Chris Rivas.
Now, did you ever think in all your years of road racing, motocross, performance pipe building that you would ever be at Laguna Seca with a Harley Davidson bagger?
No. We were here with Freddie Spencer.
His bike was probably very similar.
Yeah, very similar. It's a Honda. It's kind of like a Harley.
Only different.
Just a little different.
Now, Lance, when this all came together, when you and I had gone to the Newport Elks Club, right? Yep. Fred Fox is sitting there, yep. And the race team, Daryl Bassani and the crew are sitting there, and we started talking about that history's about to be made when this finally goes down. Right. And this morning at 8 o'clock, when they rolled onto the track, history was made.
Well, and you're right. We started putting this thing together second week in January, and we've been working towards this morning all this time. I've talked to all the builders for the past 6 months, their progression, how they've been coming along. Everybody's telling different stories. And, I even think that at the time when we came up with this idea that the builders were going, yeah, well, we'll kind of put a couple of things together and we'll make it look good. Well, when you put builders against builders and then racers against racers, then shit just opens the door. And now we're looking at machines like this crowd that we have right now will set the tone for the performance baggers. Before, the past year or so, performance baggers could mean really anything from pipes to wheels or whatever. But when people see these bikes on the track, or even the pictures that they're going to see through social media and everything, this is what a performance bagger is going to be.
Yeah.
So if you want something that is performance bagger related, you're going to reach out to these manufacturers and these aftermarket companies to get those particular parts. And you know, this couldn't have happened without Drag Specialties. I mean, they're the leader in the performance market. They've got everything you could possibly want to outfit your Harley or your Indy. So they are the leader in the performance bagger, you know, market. So, you know, that's who we really have to thank for making this happen. If it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be a reality. So kudos to them.
Well, let's slide over to my buddy here, Logan Lackey, now known throughout the world as a freestyle rider in the V-twin community. Now, back in the day, you needed a 600 Ninja. You needed to pound the gas tank in, sit up on the tank, feet through the bars, wheelie stuff, hand brakes, all that. You guys said, wait a minute. What made you say, I think that probably a big, gigantic V-twin would be the best stunt machine? Then we'll talk about road racing.
It was actually my dad's buddies down in Cantaloupe. I seen that guy wheelie an FXR all the way down the street when I was about 8 years old, and ever since then I was like, I'm gonna wheelie a fucking Harley like that, you know. So instead of going out and buy these Jap bikes, everybody's gonna stealing their dad's FXR out of the garage and going and knocking the paint off the fender and beating them up. But it's just a lot more funner. It's a hot rod, you know. It's not a Jap bike.
You guys didn't show up on time.
No, we're a little late to the party.
But hey, at least you gave yourself a whole month to get ready, right?
Yeah. We had really late notice on this. Our bike is kind of basically a bone stock 2020 road bike. Every single part on my bike you can buy in a catalog. We don't have one special part on it. Basically a stock motor. It's 117 cubic inch. It's got some Nest brakes on it and a pipe, and we're going to go out there and drag the floorboards off it while we're listening to music, because we're the only guy that's got a stereo on the bike.
Now, wait a minute. You said drag the floorboards. Everybody else got mid-mounts. The guys at Trask got rear sets. You're running boards.
I'm running boards and a stereo.
That's awesome.
What's on the playlist for today?
I don't know. There was a couple songs. Country Boy Can't Survive, Welcome to the Jungle. There was a bunch of stuff on there. I got to get in their heads on the starting line with the music. You know?
That's
So
great.
you're going to be. You can even play the national anthem to get things going if you want.
That's a good idea. Yeah, the anthem going off in the starting line on.
So you'll be out on the track for the first time today at 12:15. Did you have a chance? I know it's such a big facility, but did you watch anywhere, try to pick up a quick line?
I did. I went over in turn 2 and just watched the entrance and exit to that, because that seems like one of the harder corners on the track. It's real high speed coming down from the straight. So I went and looked at that for a little bit, and then we're going to go give her hell in second practice and try and get the bike dialed in a little bit, since we haven't turned one lap on it yet. So.
Well, let's go back to Lance here. You know, there's a lot of different classes here, 400cc, and then you guys have 600s, and you have the big super sports, and then the super bike. Again, sub 140 lap times, and that's early. It has to make a statement that
Talk
these
about
are race
that.
bikes.
Talk about that.
Well, first of all, I want to say that, you know, the gentleman to the right of me, Daryl Bassani. Okay, Daryl and I have been friends and have traveled the country back in 81, 2, 3, 4 with ATVs. So, you know, for the both of us to be sitting here when we're from the dirt side of things to the bagger side of road racing is like, we're going, what? How did this happen?
3-wheelers instead of 2-wheelers.
Yeah, back in the day. But I think what this does, the performance baggers, sets the stage for more events. And what I mean by that is that next year we're looking at a 3-race series. So we're going to be back here at Laguna, obviously an iconic track. We're going to go to the Brickyard, Indy 500 style.
I'd say that's pretty iconic.
That's pretty iconic. And then we're going to go to Barber Motorsports Park. It's got beautiful facilities. It's got the museum. It's got everything. So those are going to be our 3 event series next year. So we'll have all of these guys. Plus, we're going to open it up, and so other manufacturers and also riders can be a part of it. You know, because this was an invitation-only event. So we locked it into 13 companies, 13 riders, and said, this is it for the first one. We want to do an exhibition, show what we can do. And these guys just blew it out of the park. And now we're going to say, okay, we've got something that we can sell. We've got interest. You know, our attendants, motorcycle attendants, when they come, 60% are V twins. So we've got the market cornered. So it's going to be exciting for not only this particular event, but also next year. The planning stages, and everybody can get set and have a good time and move this sport along. And again, drag specialties. You know, they called me up the other day and they said, Lance, look at this whole thing is blowing up. Let's get on board and let's make this a 3-race series next year. We said, let's do it. So we're going to finalize that probably next week. You know, we'll make the official announcement. See, I'm probably talking out of turn.
I think you just made the official. Hold on. Hey, Chris, I mean, you're a journalist. Did he just make the official announcement?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Quid pro quo right there?
But between Cycle Source and Chopper Town, you just reached about 1.5 million. So I think you're safe to say the message is out.
So we're excited about it, and again, I mean, we couldn't be happier with what we've accomplished here. And I think what you're going to see at the 440 practice, which will be the final practice of today, will be shot live on Moto America Facebook. So tune in for that, and then also tomorrow it'll be live on our Live Plus streaming series. So go to Moto America Live Plus and sign up and watch it live. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you guys were talking about, did you ever think that you'd be back at Superbike with Harley Davidson? I kind of, I've been cross afflicted with motocross, grew up with the low jacks and all that stuff here in southwestern Pennsylvania, watching Superbike forever, followed the Haydens through their career. And I was really a big fan of Harley Davidson being in that line of trucks all the time. So I'm talking about back in the days of the VR, right?
Right.
What can we say? So we're taking, 300 pounds off of these motorcycles. Anybody have an idea of what kind of weight ratio compared to the VR 1000? And then talk about lap times for the last Harley Davidson that was really on tracks like this.
Well, as far as weight ratio and all that stuff, that would be more Daryl's. He could probably answer that better, because you said you started with 800 pounds and now you're under 550.
Right.
So,
what's that like compared to what the weight of the VR? Does anybody remember what the VRs came in at?
I do not.
I got to think. I mean, thinking. Oh yeah, I think back in the era that was truly a. Oh gosh, what would you want to call it? That was a super bike. I mean, you have Miguel Duhamel, Pascal Picot, Scott Russell, all that stuff, and what they did when they brought it, I had to think that had to be low 300 pounds.
It was still a great big motorcycle too, though.
Hey, I know how light it is. We pushed one into the basement of MotoZilly at the museum that I kind of hook up with the bike collections and stuff that I've been able to procure. So that's how light they are. You can take one up and down the steps into a basement.
Yeah.
With the spares box with it, so it's not that heavy. I know that we're down here in the pits. Daryl and his crew have been thrashing. As I said, they got here late last night. Just like anything when you're doing road racing, you start to. It's the small things. It's a little thing. Their guys changed the lifter and the bike. The folks from Fueling helped them out, and you guys will be ready to go in session number 2.
Absolutely, we sure hope so.
Well, Daryl, thank you very much. Lance, Bryson.
Absolutely, thank you guys, and really tune in tonight on Moto America Facebook. It's 7:40, I think, Eastern Standard Time, and get an idea for these guys, what they're doing on the track, the performance that they're getting out of these bikes. I mean, coming out of the last corner onto the front straightaway, I mean, they've got it pinned, and they're not lifting until after, if you know Laguna Seca, they've got that first riser going into one, and they're not lifting an inch. I mean, their ball's deep.
Logan Lackey, I know that you're looking forward to get out on the track. You and the guys are over there. You got your Dunlop slicks on your bike right now. You're getting everything scuffed in. Pretty soon we'll have a chance to talk to you again, maybe after the second session, just find out what's going on. And Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we turn this back over to Chris and his crew?
Just everybody that's helping me out. Arlen Ness is my sponsor for this weekend. They helped me out with some parts. Fab 28, just all my normal crew. You guys know who you are. You know, Josh Renlund, he's over there wrenching on the bike. So that's my crew for this weekend. And talk to you after second practice, huh?
Yeah. Lance, any parting shots?
You know, just thank everybody for being a part of this, all the builders and especially Drag Specialties. Dunlop Tires came on board and supplied all the bikes with free tires for them. So that was kudos to them, and thank you for being a part of the series. And we look forward to not only this weekend but also moving the performance baggage forward.
Daryl Bassani, I know that you love competition, you love having a good time, and so far, anytime you get your heart rate up about 180, just sitting in the bat cave here of the Bassani Motor Coach, you know something's going on. I know you'll get that machine rocking and rolling this afternoon. I can't wait to see your team on the track.
We hope so. You know, the sad part about this whole thing is there's no spectators, and that's really a shame, because I know that the bagger people out there would have loved to have come here and seen the bikes that they ride going around Laguna Seca, which is like, that's never happened before. You talk to somebody about, hey, let's go to Laguna. What are you going to do? We're going to watch baggers go around the track. Really? Well, they are, and they're going fast.
Well, we're going to do our part to make sure we show as much of this to people as we can, man, because it is extraordinary. What you guys are doing is fantastic.
Well, Chris, we're signing off from inside Daryl Bassani's custom motor coach here at Laguna Seca. This is the site of the Drag Specialties King of the Baggers. The boys have been out once. They're getting ready to go out in a few hours again. And then later tonight, they're going to throw it down and see who will sit on the pole tomorrow, as we have history being made here at Laguna Seca. Hope all your friends and family back home and fans had a good time. This is Rob Buydos signing off from Laguna Seca.
Hey, Rob, 2 seconds. I just want to one of our viewers here has come in with some information, Mike Robb, and where he gets this information I'm not sure, but says that the 308-pound wet weight on the VR 1000, 135 horsepower, and that puts the bagger at 0.32 horsepower to weight ratio, the VR 1000 at 0.34. So there's the thing I was talking about, man. Like, Harley on the track, living again. And I mean, you guys, what you've done with these machines is really taken street machines and made it into that, what once we saw as the holy grail of Harley's chances at Superbike, man. So awesome stuff going on.
Hey, thanks, Chris. I mean, this is the modern moving bike show. This is how it's going to be. Sitting there and on a stand with a nice paint job, that's cool. But watching them actually, what they're able to do, and when you see people that are able to take the bikes to that level, you understand why the aftermarket for this industry is so strong. They make things better. The bikes sound amazing. The brakes are working. The motors are working. The ergonomics of the seat to the handlebar relationship, the way they have weight lopped off these things. Hey, man, watch out if you're out there rolling around on a 600 sport bike. Some of these guys are going to come and eat your damn lunch.
Right on. Well, thanks again, man, for checking in with us. Thank all the guys there in the motor coach, especially Logan. Tell him we're rooting for him back here at Cycle Source.
Here, let me tell you. Tell him yourself. I'll put him up here on there for you, man.
Right on, guys. Thank you. Good
Willie Pig, that's my boy. Go get him, man. Go get him.
We're gonna go try and put it on him. Like I said, we got stock floorboards on it, so we're gonna be dragging all around the track. But we're definitely gonna finish. That's the number one thing. Don't lay it down, and try and go put down some good times. So thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas, we'll sign off with you for now. Hey, if you're digging this stuff, man, throughout the weekend, we're going to be coming back with as many of these reports as we can sneak out of Laguna Seca. And remember, like they said a couple times, there's an actual live event coming up. You guys can tune into that through MotoAmerica.com, MotoAmerica through their Facebook. Drag Specialties King of the Baggers, October 23rd, 7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can watch the live feed. You can see these guys getting down on the track. Don't miss it. Again, I'm Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. Thanks for letting me break in on your day. But, truly something that is original and new happening in the motorcycle universe right now, and I wanted to make sure we brought as much of this stuff to you guys as we could. We'll be back with you as soon as we can, man. Stay cool. Get out there, ride.